Hello, 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 hello. It's Kate Bolt, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the UK for another Coffee and Cards Live. It's Tuesday. I can't believe it's Tuesday. Where has the whole week gone since last week? Honestly, time is flying by. I'm just going to adjust my camera a little bit, get us in shot, make it look a little bit neat and tidy. That's better. I have the window open, it's very warm, so you might have a bit of background noise. Do tell me if that's an issue. So welcome to another Coffee and Cards Live. I'm just going to wait a few moments, see if anybody hops on live to join my live. And whilst I wait, I'm going to change my grid paper because it's really grubby. I didn't realise it's super grubby. Let's have a look. I have to leap over the top of the dog because he's lying across the bathroom, as is his wont. Let's grab some more grid. Here we go. Oh, there we are. There's a clean piece. Let's just take that bit away and use it for scrap. And we'll have a nice tidy desk. We like to have a nice tidy desk now and again. So my grid is very straight. Hello, Helen. How are you? I hope you're well. Hope you're keeping cool. It's a bit toasty today. There you go. I'm sure my camera looks a bit misted up, but it might be my imagination. Oh, so hi Shaz. Hello. Thank you for joining me, ladies. Thanks so much, ladies and gents. Do let me know where you're from. Do let me know who's watching. Yeah, just leave me a comment, and then I can see if you're there. And it's lovely to know where you're from. I am just popping you onto my laptop next to me. Take the volume off, and then I can see comments when they come a little bit better. Okay, now I was playing. What have I done with my cards that I made on Friday? I was playing with this paper on Friday, I believe, and I put them somewhere else. What have I done with them? I have stacked them away tidily. Oh yeah, here we go. So I was playing with some different papers on Friday, just making some simple cards using the basic border dies. This is from the Rings of Love Designer Series paper, and I made this very simple card using a normal card-based size, and I've covered the inside and the front with a Designer Series paper. It's very humid and muggy today, Helen, you're right. And I've used the basic border dies to cut the edge, and it just made it a little bit more interesting. Love that. These papers are beautiful. They're with Celebration, which means they're free with a £45 order in my online shop. And I also used the papers I'm going to be using today to make another card exactly the same way. And I used the border die in exactly the same way for the front of the card. And then the bit I had left over, I stuck down on the edge there to meet it, to make it a bit of a fancy card. And then I'm putting my sentiment on this side so that you've got somewhere to write. Oh, hello Philomena, welcome. Thank you for sharing. That is very kind of you. It really helps me no end. Thank you so much. If you share my video anywhere on social media, anywhere like that, really helps me a lot. Yeah, and if you give me a thumbs up, that helps me loads as well, because it helps the YouTube algorithm get the video suggested to people who might be interested in watching it. Comments do all of that kind of interaction. So I thought today, for Coffee and Cards, I'd come in again and play with these gorgeous papers. Now, we have Celebration going on through July and August, so it finishes at the end of this month, and next week I'm going away on my holidays, so I won't be around for the rest of the month to play with these beautiful papers. Thank you for giving me a thumbs up, Philomena, that's very kind. So I wanted to get the most out of them. I've got so many beautiful Celebration goodies that I've not yet played with too much, so I thought I'd have another go with these. These are called the Wonderful World Designer Series papers, and they've got beautiful colours and florals. And then on the back, they got all these other smaller prints, which are also great for cards and scrapbooking and anything else, making bags and tags and anything you want. These papers come as a bundle with this. So these papers are free, and they come with this stamp set, and it's both of them come together free with a £90 spend in my online shop. Okay, with Stampin' Up. These are stunning. They're like those, what's the name of these stamps that look almost 3D? Come to me in a minute. ink distinctive. That's the one. So I thought we'd have a play because I really like these. So, and I wanted to use both sides of the paper, so I kind of picked one of them out and I thought we'd go with this one. But now I'm tempted after looking at the back of them, because I really like this yellow and I hadn't really looked at the yellow. I might be going for the green. Let's have a look. I'm going to put these to the side. When you get your designer series papers, you will always find the names of all the Stampin' Up! Colours on the back of your paper so you can match it. So we've got Flirty Flamingo, Melon Mambo, Mossy Meadow, Orchid Oasis, Pear Pizzazz, Rich Raspberry, Sahara Sand and Starry Sky. So lots of colours in there to play with. Right. So I've got 2 sheets out, so we're going to play. Yeah, so I'm not at all prepared for coffee and cards today. We are crafting on the fly because it's summer holidays, the kids are off school and home from university, and I'm packing for a holiday, and it's very busy in our house. Busy but good. So I did pick out for my first one the Rich Raspberry, and I really like that. And I think it goes beautifully with this Rich Raspberry in the card. So I think I'm going to go with that to start with. Excuse me, I've got a croaky throat. So I'm thinking about it now. I think I'm going to cut my card base. I was debating whether to cut it in white, thick white card, and then to have this on the front. But I think this really pops like that. So I think we're going to go with that, and then we'll work on that. So I think a tentfold card today. Who have we got? Tell me where you're from. So I'm going to cut it along the middle. Actually, what I'll do is I'll score it along the long side first at 14.8 centimetres, like so. Like that. And then I'm going to cut it at 10.5. Oh, it's a bit warm. So I have a tentfold card. I've got 2 from there. 2 lovely ones. Oh, I'll need this one. And then I think I'm so warm. I'm going to cut my designer series paper to go straight on top, but I want a tiny border today, I think, because I quite like that. So I'm going to cut 10 centimetres off because that's my go-to when I'm cutting DSP. So it's nearly like 4 inches. So you cut a section off the end. I get more out of my paper that way. I'm going to cut it down. Actually, I've left myself more of a border than I wanted, haven't I? Oh no, that's quite good. That is quite good. So if I go to 14.3, that'll be just half a centimetre gap. Like that. And it can go straight on the front of my card. So these papers are beautiful. Let them do the work for you. They are so pretty. Okay. I did do some fussy cutting. I'm not going to use it today. Oh, well, I might, but I don't think. Of the large paper, the large print in the paper. So I will show you that. So you can see this sheet. I've been cutting out of it just with my scissors. These beautiful wildflower florals, and I just cut the flower out. So I might use it yet. I haven't decided. Right, so that's going to go straight on the front of my card. Excuse me, Alfie, that's very rude. He's barking. I'm sorry. Shh, sit down. Yeah, the ladies won't love you if you bark. So we took the dog to a village show on Saturday, and we didn't realise that they had a little dog show there. And we entered him when we got there. We thought it was a bit of fun. And we entered Alfie into the handsomest dog competition category. Some of you saw her on Facebook, I know. And he got a rosette. He came in second. How adorable is that? So I'm going to cut this at 14.3, this white piece. It's going to be my inside of my card. By 10. Bless him. My little crafty pooch, he likes to keep me company in the craft room. So that piece is going to go inside my card for stamping on. I'm going to keep this piece for something else, my next piece. Pop that there, pop that there. Right, so we've got some elements of the card already made. Now, I picked out another colour of the DSP. Have any of you got any of this DSP? Tell me. Has any of you got the Wonderful World Designer Series paper? Oh, I've remembered what I was going to do with it now. I might have to cut it up again. I might do that on my next card. I think I'll do that on my next card. Okay, so I've got this that I cut out. I might actually use it. It's really pretty. The other thing I pulled out of my stash was a die set. So I pulled out the painted label dies. Do you remember the poppies that we had? These are the dies that go with them. And they've got a few big labels in them. So it cuts out the poppy shapes here, like these, and this one, and the leaves. It's got a lovely edge. It's a beautiful bundle, so beautiful. And then we've got this gorgeous one, and then we've got these two dies, two label dies. So let's have a look at those. Now normally I have it all prepared, but I haven't today. So we are gonna think about what we're gonna do with this. I think I might use that for my next card, because I think I have an idea what I'm going to do. So I wonder what the pink would look like if we stick with the razzleberry. Because I think this might get lost on the pink. Right, I'm going to grab another piece of rich raspberry, because I think I have some scraps, which will be better than cutting into that other one. I have a drawer full. Is that blackberry, bliss, and rich raspberry? Yes. So I have a drawer, and I've got them all stacked up in the drawer like this. Rich raspberry. And I think I'm going to keep this. It feels like it's going to rain, but I'm not sure the weather forecast is forecasting rain. Does anyone, Helen, you live in this neck of the woods? Do you know it's going to rain? Feels like it should. Right, let's move my magnetic thingy. Oh yeah, I like this a lot. So this one comes out and all the little pieces pop out like that. Everywhere, basically. So let's move that one. So any circle die, if you don't have this painted label set, you could definitely go with. I'm wondering if I might do it in pink as well and just offset that. It might be good in, what is the green? I think it's Pizzazz, and there's another colour. It says Mossy Meadow. Not sure if I want to do it in Mossy Meadow. Let's have a look. I have some scraps, but they're very small. Mossy Meadow, right, let's have a look. So this is Mossy Meadow scrap bag. There's a lot. I think I use a lot of this colour at Christmas. It might look nice. So I'm going to try this out and we'll have a look and see what we think. So Mossy Meadow, let's cut that one out. Let's take that plate. comes. Mossy Meadow. Nice colour combination. One more. Okay, so I'll cut out a white one as well. Let's move this one out of the way. So we have a few to choose from. I'm struggling here because I've got the dog has decided to lie where I stand. And of course we don't want to disturb him, do we? So let's have a look. So I'm thinking I'm going to put this on the front, and I'm not sure if I'm going to have a white one as well or a green one. Let's have a look at my laptop. It seems to have gone to sleep. A bit like the rest of us today with this heat. Oh, you're right, Helen. That's a bit sad that it's not going to rain. You know me, I'm never one to pray for rain, but currently it feels like we should get some rain. Don't you think? It's a shame. So I like the white, but I've got a feeling I might like the green more. That's pretty, isn't it? I suppose it depends on what we pop on the top. Let's see what we pop on the top, shall we? Right, now where's that flower? I don't know if I want to put this flower on here, because it covers everything up, but it is rather pretty. Maybe we'll go for that one. Okay, I'm going to start to glue things down. I've got a really good idea for our second card today. And these are easy cards. I say easy, there's a little bit of die cutting involved, and if you don't like fussy cutting, maybe don't fussy cut out the flower, maybe stamp it on a piece, a circle of white. But other than that, it's just sticking and gluing. Look at the gorgeous side of this one. Wouldn't that be so pretty? So nice. Oh, I'm trying to unscrew my Tombow and I haven't taken the wrapper off it. It would help, wouldn't it? So is anybody crafting? What are you all doing with yourselves? Has anybody got anything nice planned? Reading any good books? Watching any good films? Doing any other crafts? I love to know about your other crafts too. Okay, so we've got this one on. I think we are going to go with this one, and I'm going to stick these together. So a little bit of Tombow on there, it's always good. And I'm going to offset it so you can see as much of the colour behind as you can. Let's just hold it together for a second. And then just in the middle I put the glue. There's no point putting glue around all those fine edges. And then I'm going to pop it up on sticky foam pads, because you know I love sticky foam pads. Dimensionals are the best. They're the best. Okay, so I'm going to pop it up a little bit sort of nearer the top, because I'm going to pop it, actually I might put it in the middle. No, I will put it. Let's think about it. I'm going to put that here, I'm going to put that here, and I might put a little sentiment down here. So that's fine there. Let's pop that down. I like the way it's kind of popped up like that. And then we're going to glue, instead of putting more dimensionals on, I think that would be just too fussy and it's not that stable. I'm going to put glue on both those middle flowers. Maybe a little bit here. Then I am going to glue it down so that it sticks on nicely. There, so it's kind of hanging off the end a little bit, but not too much, otherwise it looks like it's floating. So there's our flower. I might put a dimensional behind the top flower so that it stays in line, because then it's the same height as the as this, and it doesn't sag. There we go. So that's really pretty. Okay, and now we need a sentiment, don't we? So I didn't pick out the poppy set that went with those dies. I just picked this one out. This is one of my favourite sets for sentiments, and I really like the font. I've used it a lot. It's called Lovely You, and it's got some really beautiful sentiments in. You can read them here. Love is what makes us family. Miles apart but still in my heart. Cherished friend. Trust me, you're lovely. Smile. Wildly grateful. You're my person just because. Heartfelt always. There's so many different reasons to send a card. So yeah, anything just because. I'm glad you like the colours. The colours in these papers are stunning. So let's have a look. Wildly grateful. That's nice. And because it's all wildflowers, the wildly grateful seems to look right. So let's grab a block that will fit that one. And I did pick out some of the colours, but I didn't pick out the raspberry. I'm not sure why I did that. Let's grab it. Where are you? I haven't used you in forever. There you are. There's the rich raspberry. And a piece of white. Got lots of strips. How big is this? Yeah, I think this is perfect. So put it on there like that. Or give it a go. Could do it in green, I suppose. I quite like it in this colour, I think. Oh, I think this ink pad's looking a bit poorly. Thank you, Shaz. So the thing is, when you get a bundle, like this bundle just has stamps and papers, but the stamps don't have any sentiments. Basically, the flowers take centre stage and they're gorgeous. It's really nice to use it as like a stash buster. You can bring in your other stamps and dies. So I pulled out these poppy dies just because they have a label, and I pulled out some of my favourite sentiment dies. And it gets you using some of the things that sit in your stash that you don't use maybe as much as you want. Wildly grateful. Well, it stamps okay, even though my stamp is looking a bit sad and forlorn. It's been sat in my drawer for too long. Right, let's trim this up a little bit. All right, let's just check the time. I can't be too long on here today. Don't keep you too long. I have got, well, I've got a UPS delivery with a Stampin' Up delivery. How exciting is that? Due any minute. So I'm hoping they will wait until I finish before their time is to come. And I've also got a grocery shopping delivery coming after my live. So I won't overrun, put it that way. Oop, a little bit more of that. Oh, that's not very good, is it? Let's bring it in a bit more. There we are. Oh, tore that one. Okay, wildly grateful. I still think I can trim some more off the end. On my Stampin' Up delivery are my trimmer blades, because I am having trouble with this one because it's not as sharp as I like it to be. Right, let's grab my big long handled scissors because I find they're good for cutting straight lines. So you'd have more control. Yes! Oh dear. Little things please little minds, they say, don't they? I don't know what the light is like because it's suddenly become overcast, really overcast. Let's pop a light on. That one is plugged in, so yeah, and I have light. My overhead lights I can't really have on because they make everything glare enormously, so I've got video lighting. How's that? So wildly grateful. I think it should, I could pop it down there, couldn't I? But I'm kind of very much into my layering, and I'm wondering about a little bit of linen thread on there. If in doubt, always get the linen thread out. Always. That's me. If in doubt, pop it up on dimensionals, or fussy cut something, heat emboss something, or get the linen thread out. They're things I do all the time. So here we go. So let's pop this on. So I'm not going to be back for coffee and cards next Tuesday because I'm on holiday, and I'm away on holiday for 3 weeks, guys. But I have an odd video or two that I have managed to record in advance, and I'm hoping to get that popped up onto YouTube so you can have some inspiration while I'm gone. So I'll do my best for that, but I probably won't do it for the entire 3 weeks that I'm away. But I will be posting a lot of projects that I've made on my Facebook and Instagram for you to see. So have a check over there while I'm away if you're looking for some crafty inspiration. And obviously I will be back to normal the first week of September. Back to normal. Yeah, going away for 3 weeks. How excessive is that? This is our Disney holiday that was postponed from last year because of, you know, the great unpleasantness. So we're finally getting to go. We have a house sitter, it's fine. But we're all going, and we're all super, super, super excited about this trip. Oh my Lord, I'm so excited. So we're counting down, we've got something like 6 days to go. Something like 5 or 6 days to go. We're going away for holidays. So, hello, Miss Bolt. Sarah Bolt. Thank you for joining me during Coffee and Cards. We're playing with some wildflower papers. I'm just talking about how excited we are to go on our holiday. We might be a little bit excited, do you not think? My go-to for popping linen thread on anything in a bow is a glue dot. Less mess the better. Yeah, very excited about our holiday, aren't we? How old are my children? Well, it makes me sound like I've got all these children and we're going to Disney with them, doesn't it? Actually, my children are pretty grown up. Oh yeah, children stroke adults. So Sarah, who's on the call, she's going to be 24 soon. John is 21. Jacob's our youngest, he's 15. And then the youngest in mind, so the ones that are young at heart, the youngest at heart are myself and my husband. So yeah. And we're also taking Sarah's partner, who's about the same age as Sarah. So we are super excited to be taking Sarah and Adam and John and Jacob and my husband and I. It's going to be a big family trip and we're so happy. So yeah, I will share, thank you. I will share pictures on holiday. Definitely. Oh. Helen is watching too. Helen's my sister, she's watching too, and it's all her fault. She introduced us to the delights of Walt Disney World, so we can blame Helen for the addiction, and she loves it just as much as we do. Completely does. So I have got a piece to go inside, and I'm just looking. I got very distracted talking about Disney, and I've got Wildly Grateful on the front. So inside I'm going to put Heartfelt, I think. Heartfelt. I don't think I've ever used this stamp. Heartfelt. So here we go. Oh yeah, look, it's the oh no, there's a couple that I haven't taken the pictures and put them on the stamp. So if you want to know how to mount your stamps with the image on, you take the stamp, you take the covering piece off like this, right? Okay, on your backing sheet, you find the stamp picture, which is this one, and there's always a line in half. Now you can take one off and stick it on, or you can take two off and stick it on. I have wild abandon, so I'm taking two off. Thank you, Sarah. So I'm going to do that. Get rid of the rubbish. We don't want that. Move this. Okay, so now we have our sheet. We have our stamp. And to mount your stamp on your image, you just need to make sure you line it up really well because these are super sticky. And once they're on, they don't come off. Okay, I want to take it off and you've got it stuck on there. And now that is sticky and will stick on your blocks perfectly well. So that's that. Let's grab a block, and I put them all out of my reach, as you do. Let's just take this one. Right, heartfelt is going to go inside, and I'm going to grab the same ink. So wildly grateful. So I'm quite glad that I fussy cut that flower out a few weeks ago now. It's amazing what you do when you're looking for something to keep your hands occupied, and then you put it away and it's useful later on. Right, heartfelt. And then a little bit of glue. I think this is a lovely thank you to somebody. There we go. We don't say thank you enough, do we? So there we are, wildly grateful and heartfelt. But, I did pull out, except for my trimmers covered everything up, some gems. But now I can't find them. Will they turn up in a minute? Yes. Where are you, gems? I've got the dies. Glue dots. Oh, I bet they're under all the paper. Yes, they are hiding under the paper. So these are the very basic rhinestone gems, but they are super useful, and I put them on loads of things and they look so nice. They step your card up and make it a little bit extra special. So I'm going to use my take your pick tool because I'm all fingers and thumbs, and I'm going to pop them on there. And I'm just going to place them where they can be seen. And I like 3. I'm a 3 person. Do you enjoy Disney for the whole holiday? Well, Shaz, we're a bit lazy, and we do definitely do Disney. I think in years to come, maybe I'm having a hankering to travel around and see more of Florida and do things. But currently we are completely staying at Disney, and it's all very much... We're going down to Universal. I suppose that still counts as, you know, that kind of thing, though, theme parks around that area. We're going down to Universal. We'll do the water park for Universal and Islands of Adventure. Yeah, but we're generally staying around the Kissimmee area and doing the theme parks for the whole 3 weeks. We have some like downtime in between. Just some down days and sit around the pool and have a bit of relaxing time, but we're not travelling about at all on this one. I think in future though we might. Right, so that's our first card, and then I thought we'd make another one, and still using these floral papers. I'm still going to go for the raspberry. Maybe I might change my mind. Let's have a look, because I liked the yellow, didn't I? Yeah. So we've got the yellow. So it does have rich raspberry on it, but I don't, on the yellow here, I don't know if this goes. Does this go as a colour combination? Tell me what you think. Could we get away with that? Because I'm thinking of using both sides of the paper. Oh no, I think I'll, yeah, pass on the rich raspberry for that. I think we go with white and bring it all back up and lighten it. Because that would have been the green, the bright yellow, and the rich raspberry, and I'm not sure that would have been a bit too much for me to palette. Just stomach. Right, okay, we are going for white card now. That's basic white card. Let me check if I've got some thick white card. This is thick. The thick makes quite a difference when you are making a card base, I think. It makes it so much more substantial and makes it feel really more luxurious than this one, which is perfect for stamping. In fact, it's really good for stamping, but I like to use it as layers more than the base. So I'm going to do the same here. I'm going to score it so I get 2 out of it. I tend to keep my other one in my little box of card bases for when I want one and I use them. 10.5. Just, and you have 2. Okay. I did plan actually on using a completely different colour and different papers. I did plan on using the Orchid Oasis, but we're going with this. Okay, I'm going to do the same again. I'm going to cut 10 centimetres off the side. Gives you more options for using your paper, I think, if you just cut a strip, and then you can keep the other piece you don't use. So 10 by 14.3. Okay, so that's that size, but then like that. I'm still not convinced about the white. I might have the white with some yellow in it. So if this is 14.3, if I go about here, what's about here? About here. I'm roughly doing this by eye now. 5. So if I cut 5 centimetres off, let's hope for the best. It's just more than a third. Oh, did I have a comment there? Oh, yeah, no rushing or travelling around on holiday. That's it, Shaz. It's a bit like that this time. Oh, Babsy, thank you for watching. I'm so glad you like them. And this DSP, you're right, is absolutely beautiful. My idea is to do this with it. So you get to see both pieces of the paper. Like, I swear it was going to rain, but it's not like this. Now, what colour is our yellow in these papers? It tells us it's daffodil. Perfect. My favourite yellow. Let's grab a piece of daffodil. Is this daffodil? Where are you, daffodil? That's not it. That's an old colour. What is it doing there? Aha, I found it. I had some bumblebee that's retired and I got mixed up. Right, here's my Daffodil Delights. So I'm going to cut this down slightly to make it fit. So we are going to make our layer to go behind it, and we're going to make it 14.3 centimetres. So my first layer is always 14.3. 10 centimetres. Like that. Okay. Right, and then this is going to go on here. Now this is now the same size, so I'm going to cut off 3 centimetres off the end. That's going to be fun, isn't it? 3 millimetres, I mean. 3 millimetres. So it should be 9. Have I done 9? Don't know. Yeah. So it may be wise to do this before you cut your piece of paper. Decide what you're going to do. So make sure it's the same, which it pretty much is. And then I need to cut 3 off this end, don't I? So that's, yeah. Oh, I've cut 3 off each side now, haven't I? Oh, let's do this again because I confused myself. How ridiculous. Right, let's cut this 3mm smaller. So it was 10. So I want it 9.7. And I want it, and it was 14.3, so I want it at 14. Perfect. And then we're going to cut, did I say 5 centimeters off the bottom? Okay, so this should work after all that faffing about. I hope the light's okay. So we've got our layers. So this is now 0.3 of a millimeter. Smaller here and here. And I can glue those together. I think they're really pretty, aren't they? Really like that colour combo. Could also do it that way round, but I think it would be slightly weird personally, but I don't know. I think the flowers are the feature, aren't they? So how am I doing for battery? I'm not sure. I can't go over my time. I can't go over my time because I'm very conscious of my battery. It's not what it was on my camera. So I'm going to get a move on before we run out. Because that would be annoying, guys, wouldn't it? Just move that over slightly. There we go. So we've got our front. I'm going to go on the front here, like that. A little bit of glue. So, normal layers of cardstock sizes. So we've got our base layer, we've got our normal layer size, and then I've brought the DSP in, just a normal panel, and I've made it 0.3 millimeters smaller than the layer, and just cut it at 5 centimeters. Oh, Carol, hello, thank you for joining us. That was lovely, thank you. What's the weather like with you? I'll bet it's warm there too. Although I don't know. I think it probably is. Right. Okay, so I'm going to bring in the stamp set. Now, these are beautiful, aren't they? Now, I've not really played with this one very much, but I think what I'm going to do is get that die out. It was this one. Will it work that way? I think it'll work that way. So I'm going to die cut. Actually, first of all, I'll stamp before I die cut, because I think that's more sensible. I'm going to grab my rose stamp, because I think the rose is probably the one. Because I could use this orchid, but the colours aren't going to work with the base, so I've chosen, so I'm going to go. Oh, it's cool and sunny there, is it, Carol? Oh, that's lovely. That sounds just idyllic to me. Nice weather. Right. I'm grabbing a block. I'm leaning in because I don't want to disturb my little dog, my big dog who's asleep under my feet. Right, let's grab my pens. So I've got Fussy Cutting pen. And I'm just going to grab in, oh, I could use daffodil, couldn't I? I think I'll go for the Floaty Flamingo. That is Evening Evergreen. That one's Mossy Meadow. Right, let's have a look. Now, I haven't done this for ages, so we are going to use the pens to stamp with so I can get my flower and my leaves completely different colours. So I'm using the side of the brush tip of the Stampin' Right markers. These are the water-based pens, not the alcohol blend pens. And I'm just colouring in the top. And then I'm going to take my Mossy Meadow and I am going to colour in the leaves, just using the pen. So if you have any of your pens, it gives you lots more options if you don't have all the ink pads. Right, and I'll show you, if you stamp with that then, I'm going to blow on it. So if you're sharing your stamps with someone, don't do that. Okay, I'm going to stamp it down. Look how beautiful that is. Oh, I love that. That's really nice. I might do it again though, because I think the leaves weren't quite as defined as I wanted. So let's just do it quickly. And we'll choose the best one. Just doing it on my emergency side of card. You always have two sides to a piece of cardstock. Make sure I put plenty of ink. Loads. Right. And they just clean off in exactly the same way. Oh yeah, I think that's slightly better. I think that image is slightly better than that image. Slightly. I think the leaves are a little bit better. Anyway, so I'm going to cut that out using my cut and emboss machine using this die. So I want it to be straight, so I'm going to grab out my washi tape, keep it in place. Thank you, Philomena. It's a very simple trick, isn't it, using our Stampin' Right pens to stamp with. It's simple but effective. I'm going to leave a little gap so I can put my sentiment on. So if I leave a gap here, I can bring my sentiment in. Actually, I want to bring it up slightly. Like that. There we go. Pop it through. Here we go. So pretty. So this like die embosses it around the edge. This is the painted label dies, and it makes it look like a little window. I don't know, have you ever seen those stained glass windows with the flowers in? They're really beautiful. That's what that kind of reminds me of. Is that just me? Okay, let's go back to that sentiment stamp set that I love, that I was using, if I can find it, because I've dumped everything down. What is going on? I've got this tiny little space I'm working in, and how I could lose anything, I don't know. I've got a big table. I'll keep putting it in the same place. Okay, so this is the Lovely You stamp set. Trust me, you're lovely, just because. What did I do last time? Wildly grateful. Miles apart, but still in my heart. So I like that one. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, that's Love Is What Makes Us Family. I'm not sure I want that one for this card. Looks a nice one. There, that one. Or Cherished Friend. So I think I'm going to put that on the front and that on the inside. Okay, so we've got a plan. I like it when a plan comes together. Oh, I'm glad you like it, Babsy. So Cherished Friend. Now, we've got to decide what colour we're going to stamp in. I'm thinking the Flirty Flamingo would be the way to go. It looks different here. I know they've used Melon Mambo and Flirty Flamingo in the papers. It looks slightly different. Maybe this is more Melon Mambo, but I like it. So I think I could go yellow or I could go pink. And I think pink is probably right because otherwise it's going to get lost with all this yellow. Could go green. Let's stamp it and see. What did I do with my scrap card? I have a lot of scrap card around, so let's use this piece. Oh, my Sainsbury's delivery has arrived early. And he's going to have to wait. Although saying that, I can't be too long because I think I'm going to lose battery on my camera. So, can you hear him? So there we go. Cherished friend. I think I'm going to cut it out, put it on the top. And then I'm going to finish this video and I will post the cards up on social media. Finished so that you can see them. Cherished friend. He's early. He's not due yet. They do come early sometimes, don't they? Oh, that is on the wonk. I've stamped that on the wonk, so I'm going to cut it on the wonk and see if I can get it right. And if I can't, actually it doesn't help me doing that because it just looks more wonky. Oh goodness. Okay guys, I am going to finish it here because Bedlam's going to break out with the dog, the shopping, the everything else. But I'm going to put cherished friend on the front of here, and I'm going to finish it off in exactly the same way as my other card. I'm going to put my linen thread on it, and I'm going to stamp the inside. I might actually change this colour up. I think it's getting a little bit lost, so I'm going to leave it there, and I'll post these on social media, but they're practically done. Thank you for joining me for Coffee and Cards. I will see you in a few weeks' time. Watch out across my social media for lots of posts of inspiration whilst I'm away, and see if I've got any videos popped up on YouTube, because I'll put some pre-recorded ones up there. And I will be back on Friday with Fun Friday, Friday morning, so I can see you then if you're around. I'd love to see you back. And yeah, I'll have a lovely holiday. If you fancy any of the goodies in my online shop or want to take advantage of Celebration, it's katebolt.stampinup.net, or my blog is inkstampshare.ink. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and have a fantastic week. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.